Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Installment Scott Selections here for Tuesday, November 9th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened. So we picked up a loss in the NBA with the Pelicans plus 8.5 at plus 100 on Fox Bet. Looks pretty good early. Pelicans led after a quarter. They actually covered the first half spread, and then the second half came around and the Pelicans fell apart. So picked up a loss there, took a bit of a bold stance with an underdog there. Didn't work out. But either way, that's not really important right now because it is a huge day for us, because November 9th might seem like the ordinary day in the week. However, it is the official start of college basketball season. And all of you know that that is my favorite sport to handicap, to bet on, even just to watch. I'm a huge college basketball guy. And last year, we had the best season that we've ever had. We absolutely crushed it, hit over 63%. And hopefully we'll have another winning season and we'll crush the bookmakers again. But as we all know, there are a lot of games on the card. So once again, quick reminder, bet responsibly. It's the first game of the season. No need to completely blow through your entire bankroll. It's going to take some time to see which teams are good, which teams are awful. But you usually have a couple of usual suspects who you know are going to be terrible. Now, of course, the leader in the clubhouse in our gambling hall of fame is Mississippi Valley State. And we faded them all year long. They lost every out-of-conference game by about 90 points. It was a beautiful thing. And unfortunately for us, they actually do play tomorrow against St. John's, but there is no lineup at time of recording. So for that reason, we can't lay the, probably 40 for St. John's, 35. I don't even know what the number is going to be, but we can't lay it because we don't know what it is. So for that reason, we're going to be looking at another fade, which is kind of a forgotten one because of the fact that last year we could only fade them for about 9 games because Chicago State, the legendary school that has not won a game in a long time, the Chicago State Cougars are officially back in action for the first time since December 20th, and they take on St. Thomas. And I might be wondering, who the hell is St. Thomas? And the answer is a D3 team that just got promoted to D1. So they are the first program to ever actually do that. And to go through that matchup, I already telegraphed where I'm going with it, but the first play of the college basketball season is going to be on St. Thomas, Minnesota, minus 4.5 at minus 110 on BetMGM. Time of recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like St. Thomas in this spot. First of all, they are a D3 team that just converted over. However, they were a really good D3 team. The last 3 seasons, a combined record of 57-8. They were undefeated last year through 7 games. COVID shut down the season, but they still brought back basically everybody from that team, and I'll get into that in a second. Now, Chicago State went 0-9 last season before the season got shut down because of COVID. They lost every game by at least 10 points. And if you want to look at the fact that that's obviously a terrible showing for an overall D1 program, or really just any basketball program, that is actually not an anomaly. That is how bad they usually are. Chicago State has lost each of its last 29 games. And the crazy part about that is that each of those 29 losses have come by at least 6 points. So some of them, of course, are against Illinois, Drake, some quality teams, Iowa State, etc. But when you get blown out by North Carolina A&T by about 30 points last year, I know you're a D1 team by title. You're probably a mediocre D2, D3 team, just looking at how Chicago State has fared when you're 0-29 your last 29 games. But either way, they go through the date. Chicago State has not won a game since December 4th, 2019. And to look at the overall rosters for these teams, St. Thomas actually has the luxury of returning virtually everybody from its team last year. St. Thomas returns all 5 starters and 4 key bench players from last year's team. Plus, they also got 3 D1 transfers. They got 1 person from Minnesota, 1 person from Northwestern. So a couple of decent programs. They actually snagged a couple of guys. I'm not sure if they're going to contribute much in the early going, but when it comes to a team that you're not really sure what to expect because of the fact that they were a D3 team, they had success where they were coming from, and they bring everybody back. So chemistry should be very strong in this team. Same coaching staff, same key players, everything like that. Meanwhile, Chicago State went 0-9, and you're thinking maybe some players gained valuable experience during the 9 games that they had. Well, unfortunately for them, Chicago State returns 0 starters. They got nobody back from the starting lineup. Now, they got a decent amount of bench guys back. They brought in a couple of JUCO transfers. But the point is, this team will once again be one of the worst teams in the league. It's also the final year that they're going to be in the conference, so they couldn't exactly attract many quality recruits, where they're going to have no home in about a year. But the point of Chicago State is, we know, certified garbage in D1. They are easily a bottom 3 team in D1 college basketball. Mississippi Valley State might actually be better than them. That's how low this program actually is. But I mentioned the fact that St. Thomas numerous times, D3 team going to D1. To just put into perspective, they're favored in their first D1 game ever against a D1 team. That's clearly because Chicago State does not belong in D1. So St. Thomas, I do think, will end up winning this game. It might be ugly. It might take a little bit of time to get going. But Chicago State, with a brand new head coach, no starters from last year's team coming back, I do think they're going to be awful once again. And St. Thomas, the motivation is going to be there to win their first ever D1 game. I think the chemistry should be there. I think the rotations will be there. The coach knows the players well. And I think St. Thomas will end up winning this game probably by double digits. But I do think they'll cover this 4.5 spread. Shop around is most available at 5, but there is a 4.5 available on BetMGM. So play the day once again here for Tuesday, November 9th, is going to be on St. Thomas minus 4.5 at minus 110 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.